Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ground Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. It's Mula on Instagram. Good morning, Earl. If you're tuning in for the first time, definitely comment in the box. Let me know you're tuning in for the first time. If you're on Facebook, can you let me know if you can see me? It's saying something about my Wi-Fi, so let me know if you can see me on Facebook. Um, let me know where you're tuning in from. Buenos dias, Galviz. Good morning, Queen Aliga. Um, okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Aisha Chidole. I am an immigration attorney. I represent clients all over the United States and internationally with their immigration matters. We have offices in Florida and in Atlanta, but it doesn't matter. We represent clients all over with their family immigration matters. If you want to reach me, you can send a message 407-995-6567. You can call for a consultation, or you can send a message on WhatsApp, 404-333-8751. Okay. Good morning, Colleen. How are you doing? Pleasant morning, Mrs. Nortonton. I just skipped the other part of your name. Good morning, ever blessed. So today is really just, I don't have any topics. I'm happy to answer your questions. I don't have a lot of time today. So, if you have any questions, you can just put it in a comment, and I will try to answer your questions as I see them. Um, so feel free to ask your questions. Good morning, Krishna from Poughkeepsie. Good morning, Ngozi Jane. Your first time from New Jersey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning, Pike. Um, and good morning, Obi. Thank you guys for tuning in. Um, so good morning, Brandon on Instagram and Shankar. So I'm just gonna wait for you guys. If nobody asks any question in the next 60 seconds, I will jump off the live, because I don't have a lot of time today. But I want to answer questions that you guys might have. So feel free to ask questions. I know one question that people ask all the time is, how soon do you get a work permit after you submit a petition? The answer to that is always, it depends on the petition that you're submitting. But on average, most petitions, you're looking at anywhere from 6 to 8 months or 6 to 12 months, depending on the kind of petition that you've submitted. Um, so that's one question that we get a lot. Good morning, Jack on YouTube from Long Island. Um, Somebody says on Instagram, if you get pregnant during the VAWA process, will that affect your progress? No, pregnancy doesn't affect your progress. I mean, they don't expect somebody who is separated or, planning or who's divorced to not move on with their lives if they were in a previously abusive marriage. So, if you have a child, you have a child. It's what it is. However, if you do divorce the spouse that you're petitioning for VAWA against, you definitely do not want to remarry until they make a decision on your case. But pregnancy is not going to affect you. Um, Nikki says, good morning. My son doesn't have his papers. I'm a 2-year green card holder. Can I help him to get his green card? The answer is going to depend on where your son is, on how you can help him. So knowing where your son is will be helpful, and his age, that will help. Good morning, Ashani. You're so silly. Um, okay. Audix says, I have an I-751 interview coming up for removal of condition, but me and my spouse are separated at the moment due to her health issues. What's your advice? Um, okay, so this is going to be a potential problem for you. If you and your spouse are separated due to health issues, why can't she come? Why are you guys separated due to health issues? Anyway, don't tell me this online. I don't want you to talk about your personal business. You can always schedule a consult to find out. But basically, there are only certain grounds that will allow you to have a waiver of your spouse being at the interview. Otherwise, they're going to deny you. If you and your wife are not divorced, if your wife is not abusive to you, if your wife hasn't passed away, they're expecting you to be at that interview with your spouse. If not, they're going to deny you, because you have to do it jointly with your spouse. That being said, I would want to understand a little bit more about what you mean by separation due to health issues. So, if you want to schedule a consult, you can schedule a consult and we can sort of discuss, what your options are. Good morning, phenomenally ambitious. Okay, Nikki says her husband is in the States. Okay, I mean, no, he's in the States. I think you're talking about your son. So, as a 2-year green card holder, if your son is in the States, so I'm going to talk about children under 21 and children over 21. I don't know how old your child is. If your child is under 21 and they are currently in the States because they came in with a visa and the visa is still current, meaning that they've not overstayed their time in the US, you can certainly file for adjustment of status for them. If they've overstayed, you get 1/3 approved. What is going on with my Facebook? Did I just disappear on Facebook? Can you guys see me? If you're on Facebook and you can see me, can you comment and let me know? I might have to change my Wi-Fi channel because it's showing that it's super low. Just let me know though if you're on Facebook, if you can see me. What was I just saying? So yeah, and then and then you have to get a hardship waiver. If the hardship waiver is approved, then he would have to go to your home country to finish it. So that's if he is under 21. Now, if he's over 21, his only option would be to go back home because he would never be in status at the time his visas are available. So, okay, you guys can see me on Facebook. Perfect. So he would have to go back. So that's the difference between the two. Bouja said, "Good morning, Queen. I sent a message on the portal. Can you check when you're free?" I have no idea who you are. Like, let's send the message. Send me an email. So let me know. Whoever it is, you don't have to say who you are here. Okay, Safi says you're still there on Facebook. I checked. Awesome. So Akimumi said, I filed for VAWA and my spouse and I are not staying together anymore. When filing my tax return, do I have to file as married, filing single, or single? So, obviously I'm not a tax advisor, so I don't give people tax advice. However, if I was filing taxes and I was married, I would file married, filing single until I get divorced, because you are married until you get divorced. However, you can speak to your tax advisor and ask them, what they think is best for you. But from an immigration standpoint, if you can submit as married, filing single, that's better. Granted, you're separated, so they're not expecting you to file jointly at this point. But, just, you know, what I would do. The Black Baddie says, myself and the person had been dating for long, and we just got married a few weeks ago, and it's toxic already. Can I file VAWA? Can I file? Oh, the marriage is too early. So while there's no timeline for when you can submit a VAWA petition, one would have to screen you to see if you qualify for VAWA. A lot of times, even though you've just married somebody, there can be a pattern of behavior that started from when you guys were dating leading up to this point, in order to establish whether or not you would qualify. So it's one of those things that I would suggest to get screened by an attorney. If you want us to screen you, you can call me 407-995-6567. Okay, guys, I have about 7 minutes left. So let me see what else. Tyler Stewart says, how long does VAWA alone take? I have a friend who filed like 10 months ago and no receipt yet. I can't tell you what's going on because I don't represent that person. That's number one. And number two, I suspect that if the person has not gotten a receipt, then either the person probably sent it to the wrong location or the wrong address, because you should have gotten a receipt. Most VAWA alone will take at least, for a decision, it could be anywhere from 20 months to 2.5 years. That being said, you should have received a filing receipt before 10 months. If you've not received a filing receipt before 10 months, that application is not pending. It could not have gone to the right address. So that's the first step. I've always said this, to you guys here. I know that obviously there are going to be some of you that want to try and attempt to do this yourselves. If you're going to attempt to do it yourself, at least you want to make sure that you're sending it to the right address. That's number one. Number two, you want to make sure that you're always tracking your mails, because you don't want a situation where you know that you sent something and they're saying, well, we didn't get it. So you want proof that you sent it. So all your mails that go to USCIS should always be tracked. Taj Beauty says, I filed for VAWA and I got a second prima facie, which expires in July. This would make 2 years since I filed. What next do you think USCIS will do? What will happen is that so after your first year of prima facie, you're going to be getting 6-month prima facies, like in increments. And they will continue to do that until they make a decision. Really, for you, the next step right now is for them to make a decision. So, I feel confident that your decision is forthcoming this year on your case. Can you travel using a travel document, and how safe it is? The answer really depends on your immigration history. If you don't have any removal proceedings or anything else, or like any asylum proceedings, you can certainly travel. As I always say, just don't travel for a long time, because you don't want to be stuck out there, with COVID and everything and borders that close. You don't want to be stuck out there. That's number one. And then number two, you want to make sure that you're able to be back if they call you for an interview or biometrics or something in time. So, if you travel out on AP, always try to travel for not more than like 2 weeks, if you can. Tyler says he's DIY. Yeah, he's DIY. So that's the problem. So he probably didn't do the right thing or send it to the right address, unfortunately. Hi, Yolanda. Okay, so Shanique on YouTube said, if I get an RFE with VAWA, what should I do if I don't have the credentials they ask for? You have to respond to the request for additional evidence. If you don't respond to it, you're going to get denied. But you can schedule a consult with us. Let's see the RFE and let's see what it is that they have. And sometimes people think that they can obtain what they're asking for, and sometimes they can. So you never know. Minaj says, good morning. How are you and your family doing? We're doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. Okay. I filed to remove have I answered this one before? Okay, yeah. I filed to remove the condition of my green card with my spouse. We have an interview coming up, but we're now separated because I was abused. Can you still file VAWA? So you're not going to file VAWA. What's going to happen is, because you're already a green card holder, you can actually, at the interview, request an exemption, what we call a waiver of your spouse based on abuse. Keep in mind that the way conditional green card works versus with the VAWA case is that you have to talk about your abuse in a conditional green card interview. So, in a typical VAWA case where you don't have a green card and you submit your petition, they're usually going to approve you without an interview for the VAWA portion of the abuse portion. When you have a conditional green card, you have to, hold on, guys. Let me type my number for this guy. 567. So Tyler, that is my number right there. Okay. So, but with conditional green card, that interview, you really need to be able to articulate the abuse that you faced and why you're requesting that. And for conditional green cards, it's really important that you have some sort of evidence of abuse. It's different with VAWA cases where people don't have papers, so they're really fearful of being deported or fearful of what could happen. But when you have a conditional green card, they expect you to be more bold with certain steps. You want to definitely do a psychological evaluation, especially if you don't have a any police report or anything like that. Mom says, do you answer DMs? Actually, I don't. So if you want to reach me, you can send me. I get hundreds of DMs, and if I was sitting there and just answering DMs, I would not get any work done. So, you can certainly, and sometimes my staff also helps to manage the DMs. So your best bet is to call the office if you want an immediate answer. Okay, guys. My last question I'm going to answer, and I got to jump off. After being denied 3 times on marriage base, can such a person be qualified for VAWA on financial, emotional, and health basis? It's possible. We would have to evaluate your case just to see if you're eligible and to determine why you were denied. If you've been denied 3 times and you've gone with the same person, that I have a feeling that there is something there that could be a potential issue, or that could potentially qualify you for VAL. But it's one of those that without screening you, it's hard to say, but you can certainly try. Okay, guys, I gotta jump off. Tomorrow I will be on live tomorrow around the same time, somewhere between 9:30 and 10. If you want to ask questions, you can ask me questions tomorrow. All right, guys, I will see you later. Bye.